Howdy guys, welcome to the video for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. My name is Ventus SG, and in this FF7 Rebirth guide video, I hope to make you an expert when it comes to using CAIT SITH. CAIT SITH is pretty much just like all the other characters, except that he has his Moogle that pretty much does whatever it wants unless you tell it to do something specifically. Now really quick, before I get into all that, I have to give a shout out and thanks to my sponsor, Square Enix, for providing me with this free copy of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Alright, CAIT SITH is only slightly different than the other characters. Base form, you start out as the cat, and you'll have to summon the Moogle with an ATB charge with an ability called Let's Ride. So without the Moogle though, the cat has basic attacks for ranged and melee. First, I'll talk about the cat. So if you press square like normal with just the cat, he has a melee attack that you can spam. The damage is awful though. If you hold square, he does a magical sound wave that makes him hover over the ground and does very low damage to targets. But you can keep holding the button to do this continuously. If you press triangle, he does the kitty wallop, where he basically does a jumping slam attack with his megaphone. To do just the cat's ranged attack, it's similar to Cloud, where you must dodge first with circle and then you can spam square and he shoots out sound waves. He does 4 of these sound waves in a row before he does a sort of melee finisher. So if you want to just spam the ranged attack and avoid the finisher, dodge with circle, then hit square up to 3 times to shoot out the sound waves. Then hit circle once more to dodge and then go back to square to continue shooting the sound waves. You can do this as many times as you want. While he is just the cat, CAIT SITH can still use magic as normal. When you use the ability called Let's Ride, he summons the Moogle and hops on top of it. When he does, the buttons change what they do. Pressing square while you're on top of the Moogle doll and are out of melee range of your locked on target makes the cat shoot out sound waves towards the target endlessly with his megaphone. No need to press circle and dodge to get the sound waves to shoot out. Now if you do this while you're within melee range of any target, the Moogle doll will attack that closest melee target, even if it isn't a target that you're locked onto. The cat will still shoot his ranged attacks at the locked on target. It's better though to lock onto the closest melee target while on the back of the Moogle doll though, because you do a lot more damage than if you were attacking 2 targets at one time. You can actually put the controller down while you're as CAIT SITH, and CAIT SITH, the Moogle doll, will attack on its own. So if you press circle while the cat is on top of the Moogle doll, the cat will hop off the doll and the doll will start acting on its own. It has its own HP meter that is represented next to CAIT SITH's health bar as a blue circle down on the bottom. Once it loses all of its health, the doll will vanish and you'll have to summon it again. If you summon it again before it vanishes due to losing all of its HP, the cat hops back on it where the cat is currently located and the doll will have full HP again. Healing spells will only work on the cat and not the doll. Pressing triangle while the doll is out and separated from the cat will summon the doll back to the cat's location at its current HP. While the cat is on top of the doll, you can press square or hold square to do attacks. Pressing square does a basic melee spam combo. Holding square next to a target does a sort of spin attack, though if you are targeting an enemy that is away from CAIT SITH while the cat is mounted on the doll, both of them will roll towards the target with an attack. To dodge attacks while you're mounted, instead of pressing circle, you just press square, and the Moogle doll will do a sort of ballet dance and twirl out of danger. Another thing that CAIT SITH can do while mounted on the Moogle doll is Moogle abilities. These abilities are indicated on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen when the cat is mounted. The first ability is called Dropkick, and whenever you press triangle while the cat is mounted, it and the doll will do a dropkick. Every time that you do a dropkick, the Moogle meter gauge fills, much like Red 13, and when it gets high enough, the dropkick changes to some random ability that grants a party buff at random. Fight, with an exclamation point, gives the entire party bravery, and faith, with an exclamation point, basically makes their physical and magical attacks stronger. Defense, again with an exclamation point, gives the party protect and shell, buffing their physical and magical damage resistance, and then go wild, which grants the party berserk. When you keep spamming the drop kick and get a second charge, he gets abilities that affect enemies instead of your team, and these are also at random. Silent Slam inflicts silence on the enemies. Stop Strike inflicts stop or slow. Toxic Tackle inflicts poison on the enemy, and Petrify Piledriver inflicts petrify. So, as normal with any other character, CAIT SITH comes with 2 weapon abilities, Dodge and Dive and Roll of the Dice. Dodge and Dive is an evasion skill that sends the Moogle away, and the Moogle doll must be on the field to use this skill. Roll of the Dice gives a random ability, 3 offensive and 3 defensive, and you don't have to have the Moogle doll on the field to activate Roll of the Dice. As with other characters, it's good to make shortcuts with CAIT Sith to make combat more fluently while you're using him. To do that, open the main menu and select Combat Settings. Scroll down to CAIT Sith and you can then select what abilities you want to shortcut where. There are 2 versions of shortcuts for CAIT Sith, one for when the cat is mounted and one for when the cat's not mounted. While on the ground is just for the cat, and Moogle actions are for when the cat is mounted on the doll. Alright, so I'm not going to hold you. Learning how to use CAIT Sith will take some getting used to because he's so different from the other people. Like, he's not that different, but he's a little bit different. And it seems like the most useful thing about him is the random buff he gives. He gets a few more useful abilities from weapons. Moogle magic from the crystal megaphone allows him to use the summon ability, which is actually pretty unique for an ability. I really like the one called Moogle Mine because it litters the ground with explosives. You get that from the resounding megaphone. And then there's Moogle Knuckle from the golden megaphone. This is a nice physical attack for when you need non-elemental damage. You definitely want to shortcut a couple of these abilities when you get them, along with Let's Ride, so you can instantly summon the Moogle doll when you need to summon it. When it comes to Folios for CAIT Sith, I would suggest things that get CAIT Sith on his Moogle faster and keeps him there, so like opening ATB bonus, ATB charge rate up, Moogle Sentinel, and Elemental defense up are the things you want to get. Definitely get all of the elemental abilities as well. For Materia, I usually tend to make CAIT Sith a support character or like a tank, giving him things like Barrier and Fortify, Healing and Cleansing, HP up, Vitality up, Spirit up, Provoke, Auto Unique Ability, Auto Weapon Ability, and Steal. If there was any character that definitely needed Auto Unique Ability and Auto Weapon Skill, it's going to be CAIT Sith. Alright, so before I end the video, some main points to take away. CAIT Sith needs to be on his Moogle to be of any use. Dodge buttons change from circle to square when you're mounted on the Moogle. Spam triangle when he's mounted on the Moogle to get the team buffs. The Moogle doll has its own HP, and to refill it when it gets low, you have to summon it again with Let's Ride. And finally, shortcut his more useful abilities. Alright, and that's it. That's all you really need to know to use CAIT Sith. Like I said, he's not too different from any of the characters, but it can take some getting used to because of how different the buttons are for him. If this video was helpful to you, you can show me your thanks by giving the video your like and subbing to the channel. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments. My name is Ventus SGM. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.